Welcome to the NBS Project, where the news is toxic, the hosts are unqualified, and your sanity is hanging by a thread we probably just set on fire. James Comey is under federal investigation for posting seashells arranged as 8647 on Instagram, because apparently decorative mollusks are now a felony if they hurt Trump's feelings. Because nothing screams, I'm a threat to democracy like passive-aggressive beach art. Honestly, if the FBI starts treating decorative driftwood as a national security risk, we're one crab away from Gitmo.
Trump is throwing a tantrum because the Supreme Court won't let him deport immigrants by the busload. Imagine losing in court and yelling, "Fine, I'll become king instead." That's basically the platform. He says the court is blocking his plans, which is kind of their job. It's in the name, checks and balances, not checks and deport everyone. Good news, though, if this presidency thing doesn't work out, Trump's got a solid future in authoritarian cosplay.
Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE are investing $3 trillion into the U.S., which sounds generous until you realize they now own half the roads, a third of the airports, and probably your cousin's vape shop. It's less economic partnership and more, here's some cash, now give us Florida. And in return, we gave them defense contracts, land deals, and our last shred of dignity.
Two internet monopolies just merged into one megazord of SOC, Charter and Cox Communications, together at last to ensure you pay over $200 a month to watch Netflix buffer at 240p. It's like if the DMV and Comcast had a baby and raised it on expired Hot Pockets. No word yet on whether the new company will be called Cox Charter or just oops, all fees.
A Mexican Navy ship somehow hit the Brooklyn Bridge in broad daylight. 2 dead, several injured, and GPS now stands for Guest Paddle Screen. No word yet on how you missed one of the most famous landmarks on Earth. But apparently, maritime navigation is vibes-based now. Add this to the list of things New York didn't ask for right between overpriced oat milk and Rudy Giuliani's podcast.
Trump's budget cuts are gutting breast cancer research funding because curing cancer is so last administration. Apparently, the real disease is compassion. These grants were helping develop early detection and treatment tech. Now they're helping fund a military parade. We've officially gone from war on cancer to LOL, good luck.
Trump's DOJ is giving refugee status to white South Africans, claiming they're persecuted. So to recap, people fleeing war zones, denied. People fleeing bad HOA meetings, fast-tracked. At this rate, America's immigration policy is just whitest person wins.
In response to the white South Africans policy, the Episcopal Church pulled out their federal refugee resettlement partnership. Yes, the church, with incense and committee meetings, said, nah, we're good. When Episcopalians are the resistance, you know the moral bar is in the earth's crust.
DHS actually floated the idea of a reality TV series to make immigration enforcement more relatable. Working title, Keep Up with the Deportations. This idea made it to internal memos, meaning someone in charge said, do you know what ICE needs? A sizzle reel. Honestly, this is what happens when you mix ICE with Bravo producers and say, go nuts. Coming this fall, so you think you can detain?
Trump's trying to end birthright citizenship, and now it's heading to the Supreme Court. Basically, he wants to say, congrats on being born here, now get out. The Founding Fathers didn't fight redcoats just so a Florida man could revoke the 14th Amendment via executive tantrum. Tune in next week for President Proposes Weighing Babies at Border Like Luggage. Thanks for watching the NBS Project. If you made it this far, you're either very brave or just out of streaming options. Either way, respect.